to the lawn of the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday. The helicopter's intent was to help pilot Doug Hughes carry 535 letters to the members of Congress addressing campaign finance corruption. Hughes said he's been planning this stunt for months, even setting up a website with a live webcam of the flight. While the mission of the flight was to raise awareness of corruption, many people are more concerned about the air security in D.C., causing Hughes' message to be overshadowed.
The teenage son of a Canadian diplomat was charged Wednesday in South Florida what investigators are calling a bloody drug-related shooting that ended up killing 2 teens. 15-year-old Mark Wabafia Bazoo was indicted on first-degree murder charges and will be indicted as an adult. Wabafia Bazoo is the first son of Roxanne Dube, who is Canada's Consul General in Miami. His 17-year-old brother, Gene, was killed on March 30th in a shootout over a drug deal, and another teenager, 17-year-old Joshua Wright, was also killed. Wabafia Bazoo's attorney says that his client will plead not guilty.
Police flocked to Valley Street in Willimantic after gunfire rang out near a school for young children yesterday afternoon. According to a spokesperson for the department, police said a passenger in a car fired shots around 3:30 p.m. 2 pedestrians were standing on the sidewalk at the time. The Wyndham Early Childhood Center nearby at 322 Prospect Street locked down immediately, and police went to check on the well-being of the children. No one was hurt, but police are asking anyone at the Wyndham Hospital or local Stop and Shop supermarket who saw or heard anything to come forward with any information.
Workers across the United States were protesting yesterday, April 15th, to increase minimum wage to $15 an hour. The protests had been strategically placed on tax day for the fight for the 15 movement that involved 200 workers from U.S. cities that worked in the fast food industry. The Fight for 15 movement began when hundreds of fast food workers went on strike in New York in 2012 over the Thanksgiving holiday. Since then, it has expanded into 35 countries, sparking the debate around income equality, according to its website.
A 15-year-old girl from East Granby who went missing last Friday was found alive yesterday. She was in the Hartford home of 23-year-old Jonathan Gonzalez, a registered sex offender. The girl, who stated that she went to the home on her own accord, was not injured, and Gonzalez was arrested and charged with violating probation by having unsupervised contact with a minor. Gonzalez is being held in police custody on $1 million bond, and police officials are expected to file more charges in connection with the case.
Texas natives Danielle and Adam Busby welcomed the first known set of all-female quintuplets in U.S. history. The birth just took 4 minutes via C-section and was done at the Women's Hospital of Texas. Busby already has a 3-year-old daughter named Blake and welcomed Olivia Marie, Ava Lane, Hazel Grace, Parker Kate, and Riley Page. This is the first set of all-female quintuplets in the world since 1969, and they were conceived with the help of fertility treatments. Congratulations to the new parents.
Hillary Clinton announced on Sunday that she would seek the United States presidency for the second time, establishing herself as a possible 2016 Democratic nominee. Clinton is expected to meet soon with voters in Iowa and host a formal kickoff event at some point in May. After running for the Democratic nomination in 2008 and ultimately losing to President Obama, it was expected that Clinton would run again in 2016. Looking to become the first woman president in the United States history, Clinton is expected in the Democratic nomination.
Most people use Facebook to rave about the great things in their lives, and that's exactly what Australian mother Jade Ruthin did after having her first child, Addison. Ruthin took to Facebook to post various photos of her 6-month-old daughter, appropriately named Addie, and some of her friends were unhappy with this choice. Jade received an anonymous group letter in the mail from some of her friends where they said, "Not everyone is as interested as you about what Addie does, so give us all a break." The letter isn't to keep Ruthin from posting pictures of baby Addie. Jade even said, "It takes a lot more to keep me down than a nasty letter."
Nick Frediani, a Connecticut native, has reached the top 6 contenders in the singing competition show American Idol. The 29-year-old from Guilford, Connecticut is the frontman to the band Beach Avenue. His bandmates have been nothing but supportive in this opportunity that he could not pass up. Making it this far in his solo endeavors, Frediani wrote on his Facebook page, quote, "I hope you all realize that each vote is changing my life, and it's an incredible feeling," end quote. Tune into Fox next Wednesday at 8 p.m. to see if Nick makes it to the top 5. Good luck, Nick.
Editorial.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Information on hot water heating.
No. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out the words.
World music, playing track now.
No.
Let me try. Our daughter gets confused about which details in a story are important.
Which paper towels are most absorbent?
What?
Here are 5 product reviews.
Why are you not getting me?
See, I told you.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Hello everyone, I'm Yvonne Pineda and I'm with this week's editorial. Honestly, I really didn't know what to write for this editorial. There I was sitting in my room trying to think of what to write. My mind started to wander and then soon enough memories were flooding in. I thought back to my childhood and how wonderful it was. I remembered how my father would come in and play with my Barbie dolls with me. We would make up long stories and just fill our minds with imagination. Then I began to think of the sacrifices that my parents have made for me so far. When I was little, I really didn't think about where I would be around this time, but my parents did. Just like all of our parents, they want what's best for us. Every parent wants to see his or her child succeed and live a wonderful life. Sometimes we forget of the sacrifices that our parents and loved ones have made for us. My father, to begin with, is a hardworking man who gives up on nothing to provide for our family. I've always admired his strength and his hard work. Both him and my mother immigrated to the U.S. when they were in their 20s. They came to an unknown place. They didn't know the language or customs, and they needed to find jobs. I can't even begin to imagine how that was like. And then with the baby on the way, things got even harder. As the years went by and things got easier, now that I look back, when I was little, I didn't realize how difficult it must have been for them. I'm extremely grateful for everything they have done. All of our parents have gone through difficult times, so we wouldn't have to. Just look at where we all are now. We're here at Eastern getting an education, trying to go on in the world and be successful. Now as I look back, I remember I would be terrified of showing my report card to my parents. I knew that what their reaction would be, but I thank them for getting mad at me when my report cards didn't have high enough grades, for making me realize that I could put more time into my work and improve my performance as a result. I do know that sometimes there are situations that can change a person's relationship with their parents, but even then, they still forgive and have an undying love for us. We should all take time just to say thank you to our parents and our loved ones for what they've done, the sacrifices, the love, and the support that they have given us throughout the years. Just the other day, my father became a U.S. citizen. I can't express how proud I was for him. I was overcome with emotion when the judge called up his name and presented him with the official U.S. citizen certificate. I was even tearing up. I just saw all of the sacrifices that he's made for our family. It was all worth it. Our parents play such a huge role in our lives, whether we realize it or not. They've been there for us in the good and in the bad times. They've taught us life lessons, and they always want what's best for us. Let's just take some time and thank our parents and loved ones for everything. Well, that's all for now. Have a wonderful weekend, and stay amazing, Eastern.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. endowed as our nation is with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be with the high purpose to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all. We approach this problem of reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
My name is Darby Finn. I'm 16. I'm a junior at GHS. We weren't really, as like a whole, as like the students, we weren't really told too much ahead of time. I think it came out through like the Glastonbury news. Everyone kind of found out about it. My dad's in the Republican town committee stuff, so he knew it was coming out. So I was aware that we were getting them. I really didn't know what to think or what was going to happen. I just kind of thought it was I honestly thought it was a little silly.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year? The answer, 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
As the end of the semester approaches, that means CAB Spring Fest 2015 is upon us. This year's theme is #college. April 22nd through April 26th, events include a barbecue on Hurley Lawn on Wednesday, a concert kickoff paint party in the Sports Center gym on Thursday, and of course, what would Spring Fest be without the carnival on Friday, April 24th? Eastern students and staff are admitted free, and it's $5 for the general public. Some of the other events include a trivia night, fireworks at the athletic complex, and a trip to Coney Island. The week ends with a spring concert featuring T-Pain and DJ Airworm. Doors for that open at 6 and the concert begins at 7. Tickets are on sale now and are $10 for Eastern students, $15 for the public, and $20 at the door. Let's make the end of this semester a great one. For more information on Springfest, visit CAB's Facebook page or Twitter.
The Instant Art and Music Expo will be held April 21st from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the Student Center lobby. The Instant Art and Music Expo is a showcase of all forms of creativity and performance presented by your fellow students, art, poetry, music, and more. This event is a showcase of everything from paintings, drawings, poetry, acoustic, folk, bands, choirs, dance teams, and more. All featured artists are fellow students of Eastern. It will also be an important networking event for all creative people in the same industry.
Activist and political organizer Lauren Chief Elk came to Eastern Connecticut State University on April 15th to discuss sexual and domestic violence against Native American women. Quote, "We are teaching people really shallow information when it comes to domestic violence," end quote, said Elk. We need to place an emphasis on violence in education, Violence 101. Elk started the Save the Wyabe project, an initiative that develops community-based solutions and preventative measures regarding sexual and domestic violence against Native American women. About 3 years ago, the Save the Wyabe project and its intentions were displayed largely through technology and social media. The main resource is a map and database that shows areas where there are unsolved murders, solved murders, unidentified remains, and several other categories. Elk explained that there are no specific numbers in terms of keeping track of race and gender. Quote, "There's no reason not to have the information, we just don't," end quote, said Elk. Elk then had her partner come up and talk about the bystander intervention. She said it all relates to the question, who is worth the intervention in the first place? What women are worth saving?
We spent some time at late night cab event, Pump It Up. Aaron Fitzsimmons has more on the story.
Wondering why I'm in workout clothes, but that's because I'm here in the Student Center for the CAB late night event called Pump It Up. Let's get our workout on and get ready to get pumped up. This CAB event was different among other CAB late night events because it is one of the very first CAB events that was focused around students participating in physical activity. At the event, we spoke with CAB coordinator Mindy Lang about all of the many activities that were taking place during the event.
So the purpose of this CAB event is to promote fitness. So we have a bunch of smoothies going on in there. So we also have someone teaching yoga in the BTR. We also have a t-shirt station where students can make a t-shirt. Our next CAB event is actually going to be on the 18th. It's a food truck event. We're going to have a bunch of food trucks coming out. I think we have a taco truck, we have a dessert truck, which I haven't figured out what it is yet, but there's going to be tons of food. There's going to be an outdoor movie playing, so it'll be super fun. It's going to be going on in the Hurley lawn.
We also spoke to junior Brooke Whitney at the event to see what her favorite part of the CAB event was.
My favorite part was making this cool t-shirt. Stay scheming. What's stay scheming mean? It's like a little slogan I always say to people.
Well, that's all we have here tonight for the CAB Late Night event. Pump it up. If you want to check out any other CAB Late Night events, be sure to check out Eastern's calendar of events online. Reporting to you from the Student Center, I'm Erin Finn-Simons for ETV News. Take it easy, Eastern.
Thank you, Erin. I'm sure everyone that attended the event had a great time.
This Saturday, CAB is hosting a food trucks and film event. The event starts at 7 p.m. and will be held in the library parking lot. The first 150 students in attendance will receive a free blanket. Musician Jeff LeBlanc will be playing from 7 p.m. until the movie starts at 8 p.m. The movie being shown is Neighbors, starring Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. Food trucks include Taco Pacifico, Au Crepe, and The Way Station with grilled cheeses. Eastern students must bring their IDs for admission. Be sure to attend this fun and food-filled night.
On April 10th at 7 p.m., there was a music lounge in the Betty Tipton Room. The performer, Jason Lazar, had performed with Maroon 5. The concert was a short one because there weren't many people in the audience to see him. Despite the small amount of people in the audience, he performed rather well. Jason was very interactive with the audience. He would talk to the crowd and sometimes have them sing his words. One of the songs he sang was "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" from the Disney movie The Lion King. It was great to see and hear his idea of the song. Jason did a variety of songs, including love songs and Beatles songs, along with one of his own songs. To find out more about Jason and to hear all about his music, go to www.jasonlavar.com, and to find out about the Rockstar Project, go to therockstarproject.com.
On Sunday, April 19th, WECS Radio Club presents Willie Stock. Willie Stock is a community concert event that will showcase local acts. This event will take place at noon in the lawn in front of Hurley Hall. This event is free and open to all Eastern students and to the public.
Last week, Eastern professors and students volunteers were recognized for their volunteer work in the community. The Service Expo and Awards program showcased the numerous student-led volunteering projects and programs that have been addressing the needs of the local community. The highlight of the event was the award ceremony, where outstanding programs and individuals were recognized for their exemplary service. Catherine Ferrone was one of the students acknowledged for her work and the Students' Community Engagement Award. Congratulations to her on her hard work.
The Eastern Student Government will be hosting elections next week from April 20th until the 22nd in order to decide who will be running office next year. Students will be asked to elect a new president, vice president, secretary, and more. Ballots will be mailed to your Eastern email. Remember, every vote counts.
And we'll be right back with this week's sports.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just
Please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
listen now. Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun?
I'm Andrew Fitzgerald with this week's sports update. Pass, shoot, score seems like the perfect game plan for the men's lacrosse team. After a slow start to the season, the boys were able to get some quality wins against tough conference opponents. The Warriors traveled to UMass Dartmouth this past Wednesday, but goals by Zach Thresher, Dane Heckman, and Matthew Garcia just wasn't enough as they dropped a tough 10-9 decision. They will host Salem State this Saturday at 1 p.m., hoping to get a solid winning streak going. The men's baseball team didn't start the season they wanted to, but they are now back on track with some recent wins against conference opponents. The boys cracked the bats open on Monday against Amherst College. Senior Corey Keene hit a solo home run and 2 RBIs, while Andrew Scully, Kyle Hart, and Joe Perez each notched RBIs as well. The Warriors were back in action on Wednesday for a conference game versus WestCon. They notched 20 hits while pitcher Tyler Sear struck out 6 batters and only giving up 4 runs on 5 hits in 4 innings pitched. They are back in action on Saturday in a doubleheader at Rhode Island College. 19-4-1, the current record for the women's softball team, and they should be pretty proud about that. The Warriors took on UMass Dartmouth in a doubleheader this past Tuesday, winning both contests. Senior Shannon Martin notched a home run and 2 RBIs, while Alyssa Hancock and Sam Rossetti both chipped in some big hits to get both wins for the Warriors. The Warriors also split a doubleheader with Wesleyan University this past Wednesday. They're back in action on Saturday for a doubleheader at Rhode Island College. Now batting for the Yankees, number 13, Alex Rodriguez. Yes, that's right. A-Rod, the Yankees, and the rest of baseball are back for the 2015 season. With a slow start to the season and no more Derek Jeter, the Yankees hope they can prove everyone wrong and go for that 28th World Series win. Defending World Series champion San Francisco Giants are off to a rough start, while the Royals, Dodgers, and Braves seem like the teams to beat. I'm sure we'll find out real soon if another great player decides to retire. As long as the Red Sox don't win the World Series, I'll be just another happy Yankee fan. Tiger Woods, Bubba Watson, Rory McIlroy, Phil Mickelson, nope. 21-year-old Jordan Spieth from Dallas, Texas took home the green jacket and won the 2015 Masters Tournament in Augusta, Georgia. Spieth shot an opening round 64 to finish the day 8 strokes under par with a 3-shot lead, setting a Masters record as the youngest in the lead after the first round. Spieth then shot 66 the following day to break the 36-hole Masters record by posting 14 under 130 through 2 rounds. He broke the 54-hole record at the Masters, shooting a 16 under 200 through 3 rounds. During the final round, he tied Tiger Woods' 1997 record at 18 under, set the record for the most birdies during the Masters by making 28, and became the second youngest person to win the Masters. Wow, that's just incredible. Congrats on a great win, Jordan. On June 26th, 2013, former New England Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez was arrested for the murder of semi-pro football player Odin Lloyd in a park near his home. 2 years later, this past Wednesday, Hernandez was found guilty of first-degree murder and also found guilty on several different gun charges. He will serve life in prison without parole at a maximum security facility less than 4 miles from Gillette Stadium. Rather ironic. Well, hockey fans, that time of year has finally come. The 2015 Stanley Cup playoffs are officially underway. They started the 2015 season on a high note, but defending Stanley Cup champions Los Angeles Kings struggled to be a threat in the league and were eliminated from this year's playoffs. The Rangers, Ducks, Blackhawks, and Canadiens are some of the league's best and look to hoist Lord Stanley this June. Make sure you fill out your playoff bracket at bracketchallenge.nhl.com for a chance to win great prizes, and don't forget to grow those playoff beards. Let's go Rangers. That's all for ETV Sports. I'm Andrew Fitzgerald. Take it easy, Eastern.
And that's all for tonight's show. If you want to see more episodes, visit the ETV YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week, Eastern.